Let's jump in. 3 cards. All 3 are major arcana. For anybody who's new to my channel, hello, I'm Michelle. I use my special gifts and abilities, my talents, whatever you want to call up here. And we use tarot, the divinatory tool here, the divination tool, to channel information and messages and tie it into some kind of comprehensive story that will connect with anybody who should find this content. So that being said, take what resonates and the rest. That's me saying ditch the rest. 3 cards, 3 major arcana. I need to go up to the top of my notes. When we have an abundance of major arcana, the major arcana are the cards with the numbers on them. And right now we have 3s, okay? 3 in numerology is about manifestation. So how brilliant we have the magician right here, okay? So you guys are trying to call something in. You guys are like creatively putting this shit out. You were launching something. You were asking, hey, I'm ready. Let's do this. Let's get it going, right? You are manifesting with your thoughts, your energy, your words, your heart, your intention. Okay, so there's a really big message for somebody here. So I hope you guys stick around. We're going to try to keep this 5 minutes and under. So this is big subject matter. This is an experience that we all can speak to. Regardless of the situation, the circumstance, or the people that are involved, we can all relate to whatever this experience is, okay? There is something here that needs to be honored about paying enough attention. Somebody here is not paying enough attention. We're not seeing clearly. There's some kind of reset. And I say that because you've got 2 of your major arcana. This is a new beginning. Let me turn it up right so you guys can see it. You guys see how he's got like a fish on his hook? He's like, okay, this is it. I caught the dream fish, the game, right? But do you see how homeboy's head is in the clouds? That's not by accident. That was by divine intention, meaning he's not seeing something clearly, like walking blindly, right? Yes, you want to believe and have faith and all of that, right? Trust the process. But this is beyond trusting the process. This is like you're trying to move forward, but there's a lesson you have not yet learned, which I think is interestingly because my husband and I were literally just talking about this shit this morning regarding my own issues. Okay. So 1, magician, big shift, big energy, also in reverse. So again, you are trying to call something in. However, it's being blocked, and it's being blocked because you are the common denominator. You are not seeing something. We also have a rebirth. This is Scorpio energy. See the Scorpio up there sprinkling down his emotions of love. You are in transition. We say this a lot on the channel, but it's true. It bears repeating because we are always in transition, just like the seasons, just like the moon cycles, right? The ocean, ebb and flow. The Fool, let's get to it. Poor judgment in reverse. Either blocking a new beginning. This appears when you feel lost. So let me ask y'all, anybody here feeling lost? Anybody here feeling like they have a lack of clarity or direction? You're not quite sure what the fuck to do next. Oh, right? That's a pickle. That's a pickle. So we need to explore why we're having this emotional feeling or sensation of indecisiveness. I need you guys to be thinking, why are we feeling confused? Well, because we've asked for something. We're like, okay, I'm studying, I'm learning, I'm refining, I'm trying to master myself in some way, and it's blowing up. It's like, it's just not lining up for you. So here's what I would like to say. This is the takeaway. This is the takeaway, the suggestion. This is a really short reading. This is very clear, pretty obvious to me. It's not that you are making the wrong decision, and it's not that you're making the right decision. It's something about your awareness, using your awareness as your indicator, right? Those are your crumbs, your pieces of the puzzle. It's about your awareness. We have to refine our ability to see what is going on around us. And when we can't see clearly, that causes chaos. That causes a misalignment of our energy. So it's kind of like, I want to be in a new relationship, but I'm still carrying around all the emotional baggage of my last relationship. Okay, so Source is listening going, okay, we're going to bring you a new beginning, a new relationship. But how do you expect to go into a new relationship if you're still emotionally entangled in the last person you were with? That's the best example I can come up with off the fly. So let's apply that to everything else now. Finances, let's take a look at the bottom of the deck. Finances, your health, and the home. So tying that into all of those different themes, your financial situation. Let's say you want to switch, get a new job, you want to move on, upward, whatever, lateral, however this financial situation could be playing out for somebody here. Yeah. Hell yeah, you got a rebirth. You have an opportunity here. But what we need to be asking is, what is it that we're overlooking? What is it that we are underestimating, perhaps? Maybe we're underestimating some part of ourselves, right? Manifestation self that needs to be developed a little bit more. Maybe we think we're ready, right? We're not seeing it clearly. Maybe we think we're ready for this transition. We feel like we're ready, but maybe the feedback that you're getting isn't sincere. It's not genuine. It's not authentically being set up or presented to you in a way that's going to support you as you continue to move forward. So, right? That would be like clean off your lens, take the glasses off, clean the shit off and go, okay, let's try it again. Look at, oh, wow, look, I didn't see that before. Well, yeah, because your lens is altered. It's skewed, right? When we have judgment, expectation, when we're not seeing clearly because people probably aren't being honest with us about something, okay? So this could be a financial situation or a circumstance. I could be talking to somebody about something going on within the home. Maybe you're selling your house. Maybe you sold your house. Maybe your house is being taken away from you. Maybe you just got evicted, whatever your home situation is. Or this could be a well-being. This could be your health. Maybe somebody's on the down and down, or you just came out of a surgery, or you're going into a surgery, or you're feeling clumsy and you're kind of like self-inflicting wounds. You're running into things, bumping into things because you're not in your body. You're not in a center alignment or a balance, okay? So those are the different things that this message could be connected to. We're still talking about the Fool. If this is a work situation, let's get specific. If this is work, this could be about hesitation, about putting ideas and plans out there. So voicing your creativity right here. Somebody here could feel hesitant about getting back up and going back out. Like if somebody shoots you down, like say you put in an application and they're like, yeah, you did the interview. And then you're like, okay, well, where am I at? What's my status? Did I get the job? Or somebody, maybe you got the job and they're like, just kidding, it didn't work out, right? That's something that's come across my field lately. It's like your desire for some kind of financial independence, you're trying to manifest it and call that, but again, there's something here that's just not either ready for you yet, or whatever this career path choice isn't for you. There's a life lesson in that. Like we said in the very beginning when I first started shooting, there's a life lesson here that you need to learn. You need to figure out what that life lesson is. Okay, that's work. If this is a love relationship, your desire for freedom, independence could be interfering with your love relationship. So there could be some kind of, you're trying to go one way and the relationship is trying to go this way, and you've possibly outgrown this relationship, or you are growing yourself to a place where this relationship is just not serving you on some level. That is the Fool in reverse, new beginning. Now the Magician also in reverse, something that you're not seeing. We already said this. I'm just repeating what my notes are to make sure that I'm thorough and I'm not missing anything. I already said this before. Somebody's not being honest with you. In reverse, the Magician is talking about someone who's being dishonest. They're not being honest in terms of their intentions. So if you have a job and you're like, well, why didn't I get it? Somebody's lying to you. They're full of shit. They're not being honest with you. They don't want to hurt your feelings. So they're like, well, it just wasn't a good fit. Okay, well, expand on that. Give me more so I can learn how to refine myself and grow. You can't fix what you don't know is broken, kind of thing. Same thing with a relationship. If this is a relationship that it was a new relationship and it was all great and wonderful in the beginning and now it just kind of fizzled, well, it's because it wasn't for you. There was something in that, again, calling your attention to something. We need to be paying attention to the cookie crumbs, those pieces of the puzzle. In reverse, the Magician calls attention to your thoughts about yourself. So they're talking about self-talk. How you think about yourself, what you feel about yourself. And then when we do those things, when we're tapped in, tuned in, we project that out into the world. Maybe that's why this is jammed. You thought that you were doing this, or you believed that you were saying this and articulating it, but your actions and words weren't lining up, and the receiving party was like, this isn't a fit. this relationship is not working for you, or the person bounced. If this is a relationship, you've experienced a death, okay? So when I say death, right, obviously, literally, it could be a physical, literal death, or it could be like, not metaphysical, oh my God, metaphorical, oh my gosh, metaphorical, like, figure of speech, like an ego death. Well, you're not that person anymore. So as I hashtag in the reel, I feel like somebody here needs to let go of an aspect of themselves. Again, what you think and what the reality is. How you envision yourself, or how you imagine yourself to be, but what the rest of the world really experiences. There's a misalignment there. That's what's going on here. There's a misalignment of what you think and what's really being portrayed. The Magician in reverse, the last little bit, this is asking you to clear out your mental attic. We need to clear it out. You need to purge your mental attic. So in other words, all that mental garbage that's rattling around in there, all those low frequency thoughts, the self-doubt, self-harming kind of thoughts, self-limiting thoughts, the lack mentality, you gotta let that shit go. You need to let it go. You need to literally curl it up in a ball, cut the cord, let it go. Because it is fucking your shit up, okay? It's keeping you stuck. It's keeping you in the situation that you are currently experiencing. Last card, we're done. 13, 3 and 1 in numerology. Let's squish the numbers as 4. What does 4 deal with? Foundation. You're trying to build a new foundation. Scorpio is an ending of a cycle. So congratulations. On some level, in some respect, you've changed something. You were breaking a cycle. You were ending a cycle. You were coming to the end of a cycle. Somebody in my life, literally today is the first day of the rest of their lives in terms of their career. They have energetically cut the cord where they worked. There was some kind of energetic shutdown, machines shut down. And I just thought it was interesting energetically that also severed that energetic cord between them. There was a tie. So today is the next, right? Today's the first day of the rest of their, whatever their most future plans are. So there's something here for somebody about altering. There's an alteration in process. I've never quite said it like that. I always say transition. I just feel like that word gets used so much. People just say it so much, right? Transition. It just goes in one ear and out the other. Alteration. You're going through some kind of forward movement, transition, rebirth. And this is emotional, y'all. This is emotional. Scorpio. Does anybody here know a Scorpio? Oh my gosh, right? Like, right, the Scorpio. Didn't see that one coming. Expect change. Anticipate change. You want change to happen, but maybe this change that you guys are experiencing isn't what you want. It's what you need. My husband literally just said this to me this morning. We don't always get what we want. We get what we need. And change happens when you're ready. I've said this before. My girl Sarah taught me this. What you don't change, my friends, you choose. I literally just said this to a lady over the last weekend. It's the truth. If you don't like something, what are you going to do to initiate change? I want to lose weight, let's just say. Well, what am I going to do to activate that change? I'm not happy in my job. Okay, well, what are you going to do to actively participate in energetically starting to shift that pattern? We're ending a pattern. There's a cycle here that's breaking, okay? So this is a great way to clear. There's a clearing that's happening for somebody here. This often comes up for folks who are resisting change. So there's another question. When you resist something, when you resist doing a thing that really needs to be done, it's like you get more of what you don't want. You're resisting it. You're focusing on that. So you keep getting more of that shit. This is the life lesson that I was talking about. This is a life lesson for somebody here. You are holding on to an element, ready? You are holding on to an element of your personality that needs to go bye-bye. We need to rewrite this part of ourselves. This is the rebirth. This is the death. This is the clearing out that we were talking about. You need to clear it out. Okay? You need to emotionally be on board with going, okay, it's time to roll my sleeves up and we need to do this. So now this is where the Magician comes in. Imagination, creativity, visualizing a new possibility and the outcome that you want, not focusing on the outcome that you're in. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? I'm going to use somebody's story. I don't know if you're still here or not, and I'm not going to use your name because we don't do that. But somebody said that they just got a job and it didn't work out, and they were kind of like, oh my gosh, what do I do? Well, this could be your story. It's like, instead of focusing on the fact that you're angry, you're pissed, you're frustrated, you're confused, you're upset, focus on, right? Focus on, where do you see yourself? Where do you want to be, right? This is like an exercise. This is an exercise of the rebirth. Instead, visualize, use your creativity, and use your imagination and see yourself in this new job. That, my friend, is the key. That is the secret. That's how you shift this energetic blockage. And then the new opportunity then comes in because you've just cleaned it out. Okay. That is the takeaway. That is the suggestion. That is the recommendation. That's what we would advise, right? Do what you want. You guys are going to do what you want. You're going to take this, take it. If it resonates, if it doesn't, off to the next reading, right? The death and clearing away of limiting factors can open the door. Literally, I just said that, but I said it in Michelle way, not my notes. Letting go of things that are keeping you down, lack and limiting mindset, lack and limiting belief systems, shit. Even the way you talk about yourself or you talk about it, if you're doing it in a lack or a limiting way, you are the problem. You are keeping yourself stuck. That probably pisses somebody off. I'm sorry, but it's the truth. It's the truth. It's the truth. That is the recommendation. Pentacles, we did not talk about the Pentacles. That is it, my dears. Pentacles are my Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn folks, my Earth zodiac. So there's something here about grounding yourself. Another takeaway, another suggestion, just offering up recommendation. Hey, maybe slow down, go for a walk, go for a drive, go outside, sit in the sun, do a frequency bath, do an Epsom salt bath. There's something here about you need to rejuvenate yourself. Maybe if this is a relationship, maybe the relationship isn't for you because you need to be with self before you jump into another relationship. Maybe if you got a job and you walked away because you chose it, maybe because you weren't ready to go back to work. Maybe you got a job and you were let go because it wasn't for you in the long run. It just would have exhausted you, drained you. It wouldn't have been a fit anyway. So thank you for the blessing in disguise. Okay. There's something here about you need to take care of yourself. Okay. That's the last little bit that I'm going to say. And then I'm going to let you guys go. When we experience these life redirections or these resets, right? These realignments, I, over the last couple of years, have really been diligent and really trying to believe this philosophy that it's not a loss. It's a realignment, right? It's all in how you choose to see it. That is the reading. That is the reading. That is the reading. Upliftment and finding upliftment in everything that you do and speaking gratitude, speaking appreciation, speaking love into everything that you do and integrating that balance. So I hope this reading has resonated with you guys. I really do. I hope it has landed with you. Some hard truth just from this corner of the galaxy or the cosmos, from this corner. This is what's coming through today. Somebody definitely has an opportunity here to start over, start again, but it's all going to be in how you choose to refine your current knowledge base, your current skill set. And if you can clean out that mental attic and allow this new opportunity to come in. All right. I'll see you guys next reading. Have a good day. Bye.